This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is Paul Johnson, the CEO of Power Metal Resources. Now, Paul, some news come out from Power Metals today regards the Selta Project that's in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is the uranium project, isn't it? But you've got some other targets that have identified, is that right?
Yeah, so we took on the Selta Project in an acquisition of a company called URE Metals Pty, an Australian private, as part of the first development resources package within our business. Power owns 83.33% of First Development Resources. We saw the Selta Project as a neurology play at first because it's just south of Independence Group, big company, resource company in Australia, and north of the Arafura Resources, Nolan's Bore, big rare earth element projects. So the ground was in a good position. The indications were that it had prospectivity for uranium and rare earths. And we've had an in-depth review undertaken of all the publicly known geological, geophysical, and geochemical data. And we've had that report back, which is extremely positive, as you can see from the announcement today.
Okay, so the question then becomes, why does the market not seem to agree with that, Paul? Another sort of poor show there on the stock market, and being the CEO, of course, it is your responsibility to build value for shareholders. So, has Power got something wrong here, or has the market got something wrong? What do you think?
In respect to this particular project, absolutely not. The data that's coming out from a uranium rare earth prospectivity perspective is great. 4 target areas, focused areas for uranium, 3 for rare earth elements. We found the potential for lithium prospectivity, tin prospectivity, gold prospectivity. This is it's turning into a real polymetallic adventure at this project. And, we've just had 3 granted licenses at Selta, so we're not even in application stage. We're able to move ahead with the project full on. So it's turned out into a cracking acquisition. We're comfortable with the project. In terms of the wider business, we're firing up incredibly well. If you had just the Selta project in our business and nothing else, I think you'd be seeing like excitement on a much higher level. I think you'd be seeing potentially a market cap not too far away from where we are today. That's the kind of value that this type of project can lend. But in fairness, Mark, I said that about the uranium package in the Athabasca, I think it was last week, where we got 7 projects in the Athabasca targeting high-grade uranium over 420 square kilometres of ground. And if all Power had was that uranium portfolio in the Athabasca that we own 100% of, I don't think our market cap would be too dissimilar from where we are today.
Do you think perhaps then you've got too many projects for the market to grasp?
I think we might have used the word cornucopia in the past. We've got so many different things. Have we been on a kind of smash and grab over the last 3 years? Absolutely, yes. We've been picking off the premium projects in multiple jurisdictions. We've got land holdings that I suspect in even 6 months or a year's time, or maybe 2 years' time, people will be fighting for and trying to get pieces of land. Already in the Athabasca now, we've had a look. You cannot find decent quality unstaked ground at the moment. If you want one of those exciting projects in the Athabasca, you have to buy it from somebody. Well, we've got 7, and they're already in place. It's because we acted before the market got super hot. And the same is true across our portfolio around the world with different projects where we positioned ourselves well before the market gets heated. So, yeah, is it happening for us today, market cap-wise? No. Everyone's suppressed. The world has been in traumatic phases in the last few years, and particularly of late with all the concerns over, Russia, Ukraine, with the volatility in the metal markets. And we've got to play the get on with the job and a little bit of the waiting game for the market to recognise what we're doing. But do we think our market value, fairly reflects the business that we've built? You're having a laugh if you do, because we think we are building a bit of a monster.
Okay. Well, just on that Selta project then, so this is now a lot more prospective than you originally thought it was. So this is an added bonus for the company, is it?
Yeah, when you start off with these projects, and I think there's three important phases. The first is where you take a patch of ground and you think it's prospective, and you start to do some work, and you confirm that. Now, that you get a big valuation lift once you confirm that metals that you thought might be there are, in essence. The second phase is discovery. If you choose to take a project forward and you discover an economic deposit, there's a big valuation uplift. And the third phase is when you take something into production, which is another big valuation uplift. But you obviously, to go from initial metal confirmation through to discovery takes a certain amount of investment. And we will do some of that with some of our projects. In the case of First Development Resources, the plan is for an IPO of that vehicle in the London capital market, so that it's independently financed and it has an independent management team, which is largely in place now. It's driven by its own CEO, Tristan Pottas, who I can tell you is just landing in Australia right now. He's landing in Perth and he's going on a tour around Western Australia and the Northern Territory. He's going to visit our projects. He's going to send out multiple, media pieces from the field. He's going to inform and, bring our investors up to speed with what's happening in that fantastic package. And, we think he's going to do an incredible job for the company going forward.
Okay. Well, I do indeed have an interview booked with Tristan tomorrow. That's just after he arrives. So we'll find out a bit more about his plans when he's over there and talk hopefully maybe a little bit about this project as well that we've just spoken about today. But Paul Johnson, the CEO of Power Method Resources, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.